What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King Cobra. And we've had another mass shooting in our country. And if you saw my last video, I talked about it. Toxic news is a thing where it's like you can't report on a story because it doesn't have drama or tragedy or piss you off or anything like that. So that's all the news is, man. So we're going to rewatch that video that I made. And then we're going to watch another video because, yes. Got me a 6-pack of some platinums. Yes. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. YouTube, it's your boy King Cobra. Back at it with another video. And, well, I tell you what, there was a mass shooting in Arlington, and the media is not really covering it for a number of reasons. One, the shooter was black. I'm not trying to be racist, but that's how it is. The shooter in Arlington was black, and if you cover this story, people are afraid of being called a racist. Two, the dude used a handgun and not an AR-15. 3, he wasn't white. 4, nobody died. And 5, people are so sick and tired of mass shootings happening that sometimes they go unreported. Some pissed off, angry white teenager. 2, he didn't have an AR-15. 3, nobody died. And 4, thank you, Lucifer. Mass shootings happen so often anymore that they're sick and tired of covering it. And 5, nobody died, so that's just how toxic news works. Fuck mass shootings. Amen to that. If it wouldn't have been a story about, and this is where I go a little too far with it, but if it would have been a pissed off white dude because he couldn't get laid and he shot up the school he was going to and he killed like 15 people, it would be all over the fucking news. Which, side note, why the fuck is that always like the thing with a lot of these mass shooters? Dude, fuck that shit. Sex is a want, not a need, and fuck mass shootings. And this is why we need to stop treating sex like it's a need. Because it puts too much pressure on people, and when people cannot cope with that pressure, they do stupid shit like self-deletion or other shit too, like fuck Elliot Rogers for that matter. Yeah. Speaking of sex, segue, Terrence Pop. For Burger King, you can't have it your way, ride and roast.
What? What? Float?
Now, that's just the truth. I'm not trying to be offensive towards any specific race, but that's the stereotype for us whites. You know, blacks have their stereotypes, and they hate being reminded of it, and the assholes who ruin it for their community. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? Drink with me, because that's so goddamn true, it fucking hurts.
No chart of insanity did they have to go through to get to that? Oh my God! It is no secret that men have become the pariahs of the Western world, and Von Goebel knows it.
No! Western women hate men, whereas Middle Eastern third world country men hate women? No.
So do yourself a favor by embracing your inner bastard by buying this book, The Rules, Reclaiming Your Freedom, Manhood, and most importantly, your sanity. Because without your sanity, what are you going to do? Ventilate your thinking meat, jump off bridges and drink yourself to death? Nobody needs that. If you want to buy this book, links are in the description. I'm not a beggar, not going to beg you. That's not what I do. End the commercial. Go away.
going on, you fast food fornicators? I'm Blake, this is Pop. And I brought my special sauce for your 2 all-beef patties. Oh,
Nice.
I like it. Pop is happy because he got his hash browns this morning.
Yep, usually 10:30. If you go there after 10:30, they're like, "Oh, sorry."
So here's the story. There is a lesbian woman who is looking to have kids with her female partner, and she's 34 years old, and she's having a hard time getting pregnant. So maybe she thinks it's the sperm. It turns out it's just her. And in the end, she ends up adopting 2 kids, which is just awesome. However, her journey to try to get pregnant the natural way is just, it's kind of heartbreaking, man, when you think about it, because, the fertility of women versus men is extremely unfair. Women will lose the ability to give birth to children a lot quicker than most dudes will lose their ability to get erections. And the shitty part of it is, fellas, there's no pill to magically make her become pregnant again. Only pills to prevent it. Ain't that a bitch? But if dudes lose the ability to get their dicks hard, they got shit like Viagra. Okay.
We don't do that anymore. They do it at McDonald's
Oh,
and at Tim Hortons, and it's really annoying.
You mean you want us to work?
Yeah, can't have that.
And they were clearly into the heat lamps, but
Yeah.
Any hash brown, old hash brown is better than no hash brown.
That's right. I should put that in my book.
Yes. Warriors waiting the soldier's soul. Oh man, this is great. This is teaching me how to deal with war. Hash
What
browns.
the hell's that? There's 30 pages in the first Jericho Files book that I wrote
Racism. Fuck sexism.
completely on
People.
Ambien and whiskey. I don't even remember. I woke up in the
You remember
morning.
writing it?
I woke up and went, what the hell? I was like on page 112 when I started writing that night. The next morning, I was like at 145.
What happened?
And I remember I reread everything. I'm like, oh, shit.
I better check my eBay shopping history.
Yeah, I had that too. But, actually, I liked what I wrote, and I just kept it.
Hey, that works.
It wasn't even all that messed up in punctuation.
Right off the bat, I'm going to say it. There was so much pressure for women to have offspring, it's not even funny. It's the same pressure that pressures dudes into, getting laid. And there's this toxic culture that surrounds having a family and getting laid and making that family happen. You know what I'm saying? And both sides get a fair amount of crap for it. If you're the last chick to get married at your best friend's wedding, people just look at you like, oh dear, your biological clock is ticking. If you're a dude having drinks at the bar with your buddies, and all your buddies go home with a chick for the night, they're all looking at you like, you need to get laid. And you just want to look at them and be like, I'm trying. What more do you want from me? But what happens to people who are in a rush to get laid and have kids? Their life sucks once they have it. Yeah. So do yourself a favor, and if you're single, don't stress it, man. Hakuna Matata. Single life is so much easier because while you're filling your fridge up with baby formula, I'm filling mine up with beer.
From what I can tell.
Well, it can't possibly.
This is why you hear married couples who have kids brag about how awesome their life is, try to convince you into the same madness. And you just brag to them like, yeah, but I can sleep until like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning by, oh, wow.
Be worse than this.
I got inseminated in a Burger King bathroom just off Route 57.
Oh, God damn it. This 34-year-old chick, wrote this article about how she got a sperm donor to give her sperm in a Burger King bathroom. And it's just like, holy crap. This is just going to be weird. This video response. Let's just do the video.
Wait. What? Hang on. What? What? Are you serious?
That would have been my reaction. Like, what?
You can't have it your way, honey.
No,
It's not going to happen.
Well, that explains why the Burger King dude's got such a big ass smile on his face.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh, god damn!
I desperately wanted to get pregnant and I needed some free sperm with no drama, no commitment, and definitely no shagnanic.
Okay, that's the problem right there. You got a chick who desperately wants to have a kid, and she wants to do it with free sperm, with no drama, no commitment, and definitely no sex. Okay, when you have sex, that's how kids are made. I hate to say it, but that's just the birds and the bees, man. And it's the goddamn truth. If you would have left out the last part, I know about 7 million guys who would have been like, wait a minute, you want me to fuck you with no drama and no commitment? Okay, sign me up.
What, did she just proposition some random dude in line? Like,
Excuse me, sir. I'm quite parched. You mind giving me a double barrel shot of your best bazooka chip?
Okay, we have to go with a big off. I don't have any idea why people actually donate sperm. That is the most stupid, asinine thing you could do.
Okay, Pop, why is donating sperm to a sperm bank? And they call it the spank bank. Yes. Gonna drop your load, your money load. Yes. Blowing a wad of cash after you blow a wad.
well, especially now when we have documented news stories and court cases about lesbian couples going and purchasing frozen sperm, which is, to my knowledge, is supposed to be protected by some NDA. They find the sperm donor later on when they fall on hard times, sue him, and they're getting awarded child support.
Yeah.
That's right there. YouTube recommended this video because I watched Terrence Pop. And then when I saw that, I'm like, first of all, that's unfair because not every lesbian is like that. That's some bullshit. The same goes for this other lesbian chick that the article is about. Second of all, could you imagine? No, that's bullshit. If you're a chick and you're going to a sperm bank, like, it's a different story. If the dude legitimately fucks you in person the old school way and then goes and pulls the whole, I'm going out for a pack of cigarettes, I'll be back, and then doesn't come back and leaves you with the kid and you want to sue his ass for child support, shh, go right ahead. But if you're getting the sperm from an anonymous donor at a sperm bank, what? And these dudes are never protected by this. You think there'd be like some kind of system in play that says, oh, by the way, you're a sperm recipients want to contact you, the donor. And like no consent of, oh, hey, it came from my balls. Does that not matter? Of course it doesn't matter. You're a male. Shut the fuck up, quit mansplaining, and learn your place. So even when you're not fucking them, they could still get you for child support. That is rough, dude. Can't imagine why there are dudes out there who are like, nope, screw getting married. Sir, we'll give you $2,000 for your sperm at the sperm bank. Nope, screw you. Ah, fucking goddamn it.
That is some horse shit right there.
I agree. That is horseshit. I'm with you on that.
If you need money that bad,
Do not milk.
No shit. If you need money that bad, suing the sperm donor that you got sperm from at a sperm bank to get child support, that is some bullshit. Bud Light Platinum. For Burger King, you can't have it your way, ride and roast. Oh boy.
The Wonder Worm into a cup
The Wonder Worm.
and give it to anybody. All right.
The Wonder
Well,
Worm.
I'm serious because you plant seeds for life with the Wonder Worm. That's how it works.
Unless they're drinking it directly from the tap,
Oh,
do not give your bazooka juice out for money, Joe.
Yeah, don't do that, man.
Most people heading in for a late night Whopper.
If you know what I mean.
Most people heading in for a late night Whopper at the Kankay. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Anyways, some Burger King in Illinois would have been shocked to know that a lesbian was meeting her sperm donor inside the restaurant. But there she was, outside the men's restroom, waiting for a paper cup full of the semen that she would do anything for a baby of her own, even pick up free sperm at a fast food chain. Good Lord. There's way too much pressure for men to do the nasty, and there's way too much pressure for women to have babies. It's just the truth, man. And it's disgusting how our culture takes a natural thing and just screws it for both sides, dude.
At the Kankakee, Illinois Burger King would have been shocked to know that a lesbian.
Oh, it's like I called it.
You know what? I bet you 10-1. She likes to hit the penis every now and again. That makes her bisexual.
Was meeting her sperm donor inside the restaurant. But
if she's trying to have a kid without having, if she's trying to produce offspring without doing the shenanigans, the chances are she's not into it. Just saying.
there I was outside the men's restroom waiting for a paper cup full of semen.
That just sounds bad. What the?
Feminism in 2021, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it leads you.
All right.
You think it's going to lead you to having it all because I'm worth it.
The problem is you can't have it all without making some sacrifices. I don't care what your gender is. That's just the truth.
Dad, you're standing outside the restroom waiting for a paper cup full of DNA.
I would do anything for a baby of my own, even pick up free sperm at a fast food chain.
This is the power of baby rabies.
Ooh.
These women go absolutely nuts when they are in a certain age bracket. And let me tell you, in my younger days, I had probably 10 women throw their vag at me with the intention of me throwing one by the goal.
What a baby in me.
Yeah. And you're like, whoa.
No.
Hey, I didn't sign for that. I'm just here for a little in and out. And maybe we'll get dinner once in a while. I'm really not looking to be connected to you for 18 to 21 years.
No. That's not my idea of a good time.
No.
I wanted a baby since I was a little girl carrying.
Here we go. No, the chick writing this the chick who wrote this article says she's wanted a baby ever since she was a little girl, carrying a baby doll everywhere, sure that everyone believed she was real and knowing that someday she would be, until one day she found herself at 34 years old, single, lesbian, and feeling desperate. Well, that's just how it is. I don't care if you're a lesbian or if you're straight. Sometimes dating just sucks, and yeah.
Being a baby doll everywhere, sure that everyone believed.
Telling me that, yeah, society conditions boys and girls into their gender-placed roles. This is why you see dudes who are playing with G.I. Joe dolls, carrying little plastic M16s, and girls are playing with plastic baby dolls. Think about that. There's just a whole argument to that we're not even going to get into right now, but
She was real and knowing that someday she would be, until one day I found myself 34 years old, Single, lesbian, feeling desperate.
Thank you for coming on such short notice. Miss Grace is your...
Shocker! You want to smell it?
I did not, or did I not
That's a stereotype
call it?
for a lot of lesbians who are looking to have kids.
I was going to ask you what you would bet her age would be. 34 is what I would have picked.
I put her at 40.
She looks like instead of getting inseminated off Route 57, she might just.
And they show us a picture of the chick, and she's not bad looking for a chick her age. I mean, I've seen chicks that were uglier.
Be 57 years old, but this might be her recounting an older experience.
Well, women can go from 18 to hag in 10 years. My best buddy, who's dead now, younger sister, she was smoking hot, right? Just wow.
Chef's kiss hot.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then I got off active duty. I was trying to, get with her, and she gave me the business, which happens. Doesn't matter who you are, you're gonna get the business.
Yep.
And so I basically just cut contact. I don't want to talk to her anymore. I was done, And I ran into her when she was 29, like literally not 10 years later, 11 years later.
Aged off a cliff.
Oh my God. She was partying like Thursday through Sunday, sun tanning, smoking 1 to 2 packs of cigarettes a day. God, she looked terrible.
After a series of crazy ideas to get pregnant.
Ah, God damn it. So this chick goes on to say, after a series of crazy ideas to get herself pregnant, including a sexy dress, a 6-pack of beer, and an old coworker who left town the day before she got to him. She even tried a gay friend she almost tried a gay friend who then tested positive for HIV. So that wasn't an option. And a wild women's weekend with drums and goddess chants that was followed by 2 missed periods, but no pregnancy. A cup full of live sperm in her hands seemed like a godsend. She later finds out that her ovarian tubes are blocked. That's why she sometimes misses periods and can't get pregnant. Like I said, dudes, when it comes to what I would call the gender-based reproduction roles in our society, women have it harder with the fact that they have to give kids or give birth to kids, and there's so much that can go wrong with their shit. All a dude has to do is lay back on his back and dump a load of gravy into her. And then for the next 9 months, sit back and massage her feet, give her chocolates, and make her feel pretty when she's feeling fat and disgusting, because the hormones are making her do it.
Including a sexy dress, a 6-pack of beer, and an old coworker who left town the day before I got to him.
You called it.
Well, obviously she's going to test her dudes before she gets the sperm from them. And the gay dudes, and that's just a stereotype, so that's how it is.
I told you.
She went on a sausage safari, or at least attempted to, because the old coworker left town the day before I got to him.
Yeah, he was probably like, F this.
He was probably an old coworker for when she was like 24, and then she was trying to sling back and get a bazooka juice donation at 30.
Why is it, though, that when chicks are looking for a dude to get them pregnant with no commitment, no drama, it's hard to find? But when chicks aren't looking for it and they're just trying to find a decent guy to be with, it happens to them almost all the time.
Sends him this picture, and he's like,
this shit, I'm out, no thanks.
A gay friend who then tested positive for HIV, and a wild women's weekend with drums and goddess chants that was followed by 2 missed periods.
At least she's being smart and like, That's good because she doesn't want to catch nothing. Can't say I blame her.
But no pregnancy. A cupful of live
I wish there was a cure for the coronavirus and for HIV.
sperm in my hand seemed like a
I wish every STI had a cure, to be honest.
godsend.
Chlamydia! Yeah!
Say it with me, folks. Abstinence. Yes. Waiting patiently for sex sounds a lot better when you consider the ulterior. Drama, STIs, getting a chick pregnant, spending the next 18 to 21 years of your life wanting to drink yourself into a coma. Yes.
That's why we call it the chlamydia clan.
Right. That stuff will sterilize a woman like that. If she doesn't get that treated ASAP, gone.
God, this is where feminism is taking these ladies now.
Yeah.
They think they can have it.
That's the problem with modern day feminism is you tell women you can have it all. You don't tell them about the consequences that go with having all the power.
And they go out and they party every weekend, or they go away for a wild women's weekend with drums and goddess chants. And then at the end of the day, 2 missed periods and a cup full of bazooka shoes
At a Burger King.
at a Burger King.
Who in their right mind would put their face on this and their name and publish it?
I know I'm one to talk, but there's just some things you shouldn't discuss on the internet. Just saying.
For everyone to read.
Because it's stunning and brave. You know, she don't need a man. She's going to do it all on her own.
Not only is waiting patiently on the dating scene going to give you better quality pussy and of-age women, but it also shows men out there that, if you're patient enough, YouTube, and freaking, you know what I'm saying? Not only if you're patient enough, it shows women that not every guy's a thirsty hound dog. That's just the fucking truth. Women get so sick and tired of dudes who are always thirsty for sex. Kind of like how men get sick and tired of women who are always thirsty to start a family. Think about that for a second.
This whole article stinks of pity and desperation.
The path to parenthood is tricky for LGBTQ folks.
And it is tricky. For people who are gay or lesbian, it can be tricky because, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people tend to have a problem with lesbians and gay couples raising kids, which I strongly disagree. If they're in a safe and loving environment, who cares if the mom and dad are the same sex? It doesn't freaking matter, dude. As long as the kid's safe and everything, who cares? And they're raised upright with good values.
Oh boy, I don't even want to know where this is going. It's not just a decision.
So she goes on to write, the path to parenthood is tricky for LGBTQ folks. It's not just a decision. She just wants to be a parent, as it is for many non-queer people. From the beginning, there are ethical, financial, and legal decisions to be made, not the least of which is, will she try to have a birth child, and if so, how? If getting pregnant is a viable plan, doing so with a donor friend can lead to battles over parenting rights. Frozen sperm is expensive and brings loads of decisions, beginning with whether to use a known donor so the child might be able to contact the donor when they turn 18, or an anonymous donor, no identifying information ever, as well as choices concerning the donor's race, ethnicity, health history, IQ score, etc., even whether they had acne as a teenager, or options for LGBTQ plus folks, including surrogacy, in vitro fertilization, and adoption, are also expensive and fraught with their own ethical considerations. That Yeah, there's a lot. I don't care if you're gay or lesbian or straight. There's a lot of crap that goes into producing a family, whether you can have kids or not, whether you're financially stable enough to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Vision, I want to be a parent, as it is for many non-queer people.
There we go.
Space Ghost design.
She's turning the regular people into villains.
Oh yeah, it's such a
I don't know if she's trying to turn straight people into villains, but you have to understand that gays and minorities and trans and women have been discriminated against for ages. So, and then like men today, especially straight white men today, have no control over what the asshole men did in the past. So it's extremely unfair that in the past everyone else had to put up with all this crap, and in the current, present, and future, men today are being punished for the crap that men did yesterday. I'm just like, what? And it's like, I check my privilege at the door, dude, for reals. I can't begin to imagine what it's like for these individuals to go through this crap.
convenience that we, I don't know, use our equipment for what it's supposed to be used for. You don't know what it's like because you're not queer, way. From the beginning, there are...
Well, to be fair, toxic male, if you're not gay, then you have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it's like, dude. Fuck. I can't begin to imagine. If I can't suck my own cock, why would I suck someone else's? Yeah, no, not flexible enough.
ethical, financial, and legal decisions to be made, not the least of which is, will I try to have a birth child, and if so, how? Every single pregnancy, no matter who's doing it, or whether or not you suck it out of a popsicle, there are always ethical, financial, and legal decisions to be made.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah. No one's ever ready.
No. It's not different just because you like carpet samples instead of...
Yeah, no one's ever ready. When it just happens, it happens. That's why it's like, if I'm going through a dry spell, I quit complaining. You know, I've seen people who are having a way worse time on the dating scene than I am. And on top of that, it's just like, well, and here you are bitching because you haven't got your dick wet in 4 years almost. Well, shit. Who cares?
You know, meat sticks at Costco.
Yeah, if you like to lick the lumpy liver, that's fine, whatever. That's your choice.
If getting pregnant is a viable plan, doing so with a donor friend can lead to battles over parenting rights. Even if you do...
It's only a valuable plan for women because they can sue and get child support. Men never get child support unless you count Halle Berry. And the only reason they did that is because Halle Berry could afford it and just to give men everywhere hope. Like,
with the old-fashioned way, it's the same thing. I love how she's specifically trying to make this an LGBTQ WTF LOL problem.
Oh, man.
Frozen sperm is expensive and brings loads of decisions. Loads. Beginning with whether to use a known donor so the child might contact the donor when they turn 18, or an anonymous donor, no identifying information ever, as well as choices concerning the donor's race, ethnicity, health history, IQ score, even whether they had acne as a teenager. Other options for LGBTQ WTF LOL folks, including surrogacy, in vitro fertilization, and adoption, are also expensive and fraught with their own ethical considerations.
yeah, okay, I see what you're doing there, toxic male. You're being an asshole. And it's like, look, dude. If we lived in a society where gays were tolerated before straight people, it'd be a different story, dude.
Those options are available to everybody, and they don't become more or less. Actually, they probably do become less expensive for you because you're going to go to a women's clinic that's taxpayer funded, right, Wayne?
Like there aren't normal people out there.
That is a fair point. How is it an expense on your half? If it's tax funded, how is it an expense?
Who have fertility issues. No, don't get me wrong. There are women out there who, for whatever reason, wound up getting the short end of the stick from Mother Nature, and they have severe problems in their 20s and early 30s, trying to have children.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to them.
In most cases,
Yeah, that's just it, Pop. I fully agree. There are women who get the short end of the nature stick for whatever reason in their 20s and 30s. They lose the ability to have kids. Just like there were dudes who get the short end of the stick with their issues. And my heart does go out to these individual folks out there who are just struggling with these issues, because I can't begin to imagine. You think wanting an of-age girlfriend, you can't get one at the moment, and you've been going through this dry spell for 4 years is bad. And I acknowledge that it sucks, but it could be worse. That's why I don't complain about it as much. It's because it could be worse. I'll drink to that.
you didn't ask for that.
That's right.
In some cases, those things can be brought on by treating your vagina as a clown car.
How dare you?
If you're getting the Malachi Crunch every weekend from randos from the bar,
I'm never going to stop wearing tactical soap, because when I walk into a bar, Bond number one, I love that scent. Every woman I walk by who's of age says, that dude smells good. And when you get that reaction from the ladies, it's worth every penny. So if you want to smell like King Cobra JFS, fellas and lesbians, check out tacticalsoap.com. The link is in the description box below. If you want to smell sexy for the of-age women and gain confidence with adult women, get yourself some tactical soap. Links description box below. With coupon code King Cobra, you'll get 15% off your next order. And you too, yes, ladies and gentlemen, can smell like a ladies' man. And if you're a fangirl who watches my videos and you got a significant other half who's of age, buy him a bar. See how it do.
yeah, you're gonna have problems with ovarian.
They also got God of War beard oil, colognes. Yes, their God of War beard oil leaves the goatee and mustache soft as silk.
Cyst syndrome, probably, and then later on cancer and shit.
But
butt segments be like,
listen to this chick talk. You would think that no man ever had to deal with parenting rights.
That's right.
Or lost his kids, or got raked through the coals for child support. No,
wait. That's most men.
She wants to frame this as specifically a gay thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go sell your shit somewhere else. I'm not buying it.
None of you.
That does happen. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. You want to make it about your sexuality and not about like what the majority of the population genuinely goes through. That's when people stop feeling sorry for you because of your struggle. That's the goddamn truth.
You cisgendered, privileged folks who use your equipment for how it's designed, you've never had to deal with the hardships that I've had to deal with.
What?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a yes and no on that. Not to be an asshole, but straight people don't have a parade because they weren't the ones discriminated against. I'm just going to leave it there and not go any further because I end up pissing off a lot of people for the wrong reasons.
Which are self-inflicted.
But these are the same people who want to convince us that they are completely happy with their decisions and they don't need a man and they're strong and independent and they're happy, and who are you to tell them how to live and everything. It's like, nobody's trying to tell you how to live. We're just telling you to pick a lane.
That's right.
Either you are miserable and oppressed, and you have to write articles like this trying to make standing in line for a cup of sperm outside of a Burger King bathroom scene stunning and brave.
Totally like a decent decision.
Or you're happy and you've made wonderful decisions that you don't regret at all. And society.
I actually agree with that. Pick a lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody gives a shit if you're gay, lesbian, trans, straight, bisexual. As long as it's consensual and everyone's of age, who cares? You either say you're oppressed and you hate the, you can't have it both ways. You're either oppressed and you regret every shitty decision you've made, or it's like you're happy with the decisions you've made and you don't need a man in your life.
Society's totally wrong about you.
Yeah, 1 in 4 of these women today are on head meds, and that stat's 12 years old. And I want.
Okay, if it's 12 years old, what's the current stat? Shall we check? Not that it matters because, what's the percentage of women who are on head medication? See what Ocean Hero has to say. 24.3% of men, the most recent. That's not what I. It says 1 in 4 right here, yeah? This, what the fuck is, I don't even want to read that. That's just,
I wonder how many people in the Stunning and Brave community are on head meds also.
I don't know.
And being on head meds has nothing to do with it. Sometimes you just need to take medication. Says the guy who refuses to take it. Yes. For good reasons, because they want to sit there and tell us that drugs and alcohol are the problem while they shove pills down our throats. Yeah, no. Society has a problem with alcohol and you need to stop drinking. But here's some fucking opioids if you're depressed.
That they probably pick them up when they pick up the first aid kit because domestic violence is such a huge problem. And
No way. Domestic violence rates are higher in homosexual couples than for heterosexual couples. And the only reason that is because if you're a dude and you try to hit a chick, people look at you like you're a fucking monster. But if you're a dude and you and your boyfriend get into a little couple spat, it's like you're a dude hitting another dude or a chick hitting another chick. That kind of crap happens all the time. So it's just like,
community as well.
You know, lesbians are some spouse-beating bitches.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, if you look at those stats, it's unbelievable.
Stats change over the years, man. I'm just saying.
Oh, man, I'm brutal. Brutal!
You know it's a really committed relationship when you got an octagon ring in the living room. I'm just saying.
You know, that would be kind of cool. I'm serious. They're kind of cool.
She bought me a ring. Oh my God, you're getting married? No, we just like to kick the shit out of each other, so we put one in the living room.
You figure if you do that on a regular basis in the octagon, you get pretty good at it after a while.
Oh yeah, and little Libiana,
Yes.
you know, the one with the penis. Yeah, she's only 4 years old, but she knows how to ring the bell for us. I decided to go the frozen sperm route. I had moved from Virginia, where the options for a queer single woman without a ton of cash to obtain frozen sperm were few, to Chicago, where I had access to the Chicago Women's Health Center's insemination program for single and lesbian/bisexual women.
Which is totally taxpayer funded.
Even if you live in red trash Illinois.
That's right. You have idiots in these big blue cities.
It's getting colder outside, so get yourself a King Cobra official hoodie right here, yes. And now through a little bit of next month if you buy a Green Phantom season t-shirt or hoodie or any of the designs, but especially the Green Phantom season t-shirt / hoodie, you will get a shout out on my YouTube channel. Yes. So if you buy this shirt and you photograph yourself wearing it, it's a Halloween shirt advertising the costume I go as every year. It's the Green Phantom. It's the Green Phantom. Yes. You send me a picture of you wearing it or make a video be like, Cobra, I bought the merch. And I'll give you a shout out, dude. That's what's up.
Making policies that are taking
everyone
money
else.
away from you to fund insane bullshit like we just talked about here. Oh, I didn't see it there. I'm reading this book, and it quite possibly is the best book ever written because I'm in it. Whee! If you want to know the rate of return on dating women, you need to buy the book of numbers. There's a link in the description, down there in the penis area. Meet Gazer!
I knew from the beginning that I wanted a known donor, leaving the door open for my child to choose to make contact later.
That's natural.
And to milk him for child support.
That's a stereotype, but it's true to a degree.
Don't forget, you just let it slip that you moved from Virginia to Chicago because you didn't have the money to really do this on your own.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. If I slipped in by the goalie of a woman in the past and, I find out that I had a kid, I would literally walk through Hades in barefoot to be in that kid's life.
I will drink to that, Pop. That's another reason why I avoid sex like it's the plague. Unless it's offered and the chick's hot enough, she's of age, and she has nothing like sexually, you know what I'm saying? No STIs or anything like that. And she's not on her fucking period. She wants to fuck. It's like, okay, cool. If I had found out that, okay, I had a chick and I got her pregnant one time. She didn't tell me. It's like, well, that's just the thing of it, ladies. You can't blame the man for not being there if you don't tell him, and you know what I'm saying? He just doesn't know. That's kind of unfair. You got some fucking chick who's just like, oh, hey, she gets pregnant. She has the kid. And then doesn't fucking tell you for 13 years. And out of the blue, it's just like, ring. Oh, hey, I remember you. You're from back in the day. Yeah, that one crazy night at the bar. Oh, yeah, I vaguely remember that night, man. That's just, that was a crazy night. You what? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, because I wasn't financially stable enough? That's what kills me about it. That's the difference. If a dude chooses to say, nope, I'm out because he cannot financially take care of the two of them, he's a pig for abandoning them. But if she chooses to abandon him in the situation, that's just her choice. What? It's equally as bad, especially if you both are struggling, dude. Fuck off.
This is how I am.
Because even if the child was conceived through malicious means, even if it was just, oops, the condom broke kind of a mistake.
That's right.
Child doesn't know that.
Nope.
Child's not responsible for that. They're innocent. You need to treat them as such.
That's right.
If the condom breaks during intercourse, pull out and finish by doing one of these, have her give you a hand job or some shit, because that's how accidents happen. Captain Hindsight condoms. Should have put one on, dumbass. Now, like, when I win the lottery, I'm going to make my own condoms for women and men called Captain Hindsight condoms. And they're going to be made out of hemp latex. Like a latex-free, hemp-based condom that's biodegradable. And, yeah, buddy, stronger than shit and does the job. And the condom commercial is going to go like this. You see a dude with his bratty ass kid going to the grocery store, and the kid's just screaming, "I want a candy bar! I want sugar!" And just making a big ass scene in front of everybody. The dude looks mortified. He's just sitting there going, "Shh, shh, shh. You're not getting a candy bar because it's going to ruin your supper. Now stop your crying. Stop your..." And then you see him get ready to just fucking lose it and just look like he's about to smack the kid for being obnoxious. And right before he does it, you just see the mascot. It's just like cheesy, like superhero type dude. He's like, "Hi, I'm Captain Hindsight. Should have put one on, dumbass." Captain Hindsight condoms are made in every shape and size. Whether you got a small vagina or a gaping cave, whether you got a tiny ass pecker or a monster schlong, Captain Hindsight condoms makes condoms for women and men in all shapes and sizes. They come in flavors for your oral pleasure, and they're super comfortable latex-free hemp-spun condoms made out of a thing called hemp latex, which is latex-free, biodegradable, good for the environment, and good for your skin. So now those of you who are allergic to latex can wear condoms and still keep it safe. This is a superhero that's going to save your day. Captain Hindsight condoms. Should have put one on, dumbass. We got things like the sidekick size, superhero size, to captain size. Sidekick size is below average. Superhero size is average. And captain size, that's above average. Yes.
Once those 2 feet hit the ground, bro,
They're off running.
and that kid's a direct result of the Wonder Worm of you. Guess what, bro?
Wonder Worm is going to be a T-shirt.
You are on the hook. You're on the hook.
Each month I'd call the clinic to request they order my frozen shake. The dates.
So at the beginning, this chick who writes this article says that she knew from the beginning that she wanted to know the donor, naturally, of course, leaving the door open for her child to choose to make contact later. Each month, she'd call the clinic to request they order her frozen sperm the day before she expected to ovulate. The next day, she'd drive across the city to the clinic to collect the precious fluid and its materials. Shipping container that was half her height, filled with dry ice that looked like something out of the Jetsons. Well, I mean, like, yeah, you can't really blame the chick, regardless if she's lesbian or not, to just be like, yeah, you know, who's the asshole's gravy she's impregnating herself with?
before I expected to ovulate. The next day, I drive across the city to the clinic to collect the precious fluid in its metal shipping container that was half my height, filled with dry ice, and looked like something out of the Jetsons. And you just dated yourself.
If you didn't want to do that, you could have started a few years younger and had a dude live with you, and all you do was bend over in the morning.
That's pretty much it.
You're good.
Yeah, but Terrence Pop doesn't work like that. If you're a lesbian chick and you find dudes gross and unattractive, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would it feel if the only way to get pregnant was for dudes to fuck other dudes? And you were told, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this entire situation were super gay and gender reversed, it'd be a different story. This is why lesbian chicks, no offense, Pop, have things like artificial insemination because they're lesbian, they're turned off by penis, but they still want a baby. And as a straight dude, we get it. Yes.
And then you get an omelet.
Yeah. Save yourself thousands of dollars and driving and everything, and you got egg white delivery right to the warehouse.
Yeah, you get your nice cheese-filled omelet. Egg whites only, of course.
That's right, right to the warehouse.
At home, I open the metal tube, vapors pour it.
Well, this chick's really giving some graphic details, man. Holy fuck. At home, she'd open the metal tube, vapors pouring all over the lip of the container and arising around her hands, and slowly lift out one of the two tiny vials of sperm. She would inseminate herself using the needleless syringe, just as the clinic showed her to do, how to do it, etc. And 2 days in a row, she would do this and then return the giant capsule. She repeated this process unsuccessfully for several months. This is the crap. This is why I sympathize with women. It's because this would be like a dude trying to get a chick pregnant, but his sperm just doesn't do the trick. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, dude, your sperm's not fertile enough. No matter how many times you fuck this chick, it ain't gonna happen. Which, if a dude finds this out before his woman does, he can play that off and get as much sex as he wants without any of the consequences. Yes. His girlfriend goes to take a piss on the pregnancy stick, and it's just like, negative again. Oh, god damn it. Eventually, your little scam of getting more pussy is going to backfire when she goes, maybe we should go to the doctor and find out. And then it comes to an end when you see the same doctor twice, and you're just giving them that look like, okay, keep your mouth shut and play this off like this is the first time we're meeting. And then your wife finds out that your sperm is dead. You'd be going, oh my goodness, babe, I had no idea. Could you imagine being a dude in that situation where it's just like you and your wife want to have kids, but your sperm is no good and you can't fertilize the egg properly? So now you have to consider really weird options like getting a sperm donor from someone else. Some other dude's going to stick his sperm in your girlfriend's body because your sperm just doesn't do the trick. As a dude, that would be so demasculating, so humiliating. As a dude, you'd be, you know what I'm saying? That's how this chick is feeling who writes this article. She's trying everything she can to get pregnant, but it's just not taking because her tubes, as we find out in the end, are blocked.
Over the lip and rising around my hands, and slowly lift out one of the two tiny vials of sperm. I'd inseminate myself using a needleless syringe, just as the clinic showed me to do, 2 days in a row, and then return the giant capsule. I repeated this process unsuccessfully for several months.
Yeah, who paid for the several months?
Okay, if you are trying to get pregnant as a chick and it doesn't work for several goddamn months, you think you go to like a doctor who specializes, the gynecologist, which why the fuck do they call it the gynecologist? Because guys don't have vaginas. What is that crap? Why not call it the girlacologist?
The thing is, if you're only getting 2 injections, and with God knows how much money she's having the taxpayers foot the bill for,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be easier to just, it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start around this time. Come on over and pork me every day while I watch Leno or some shit. Like, come on.
It's got to bend over.
Do you know how expensive frozen sperm is?
Well, I can't imagine how expensive it is. The chick goes on to say, do you know how expensive frozen sperm is? Her friends threw her a big sperm party. Not a party where people brought sperm, which might have been a great idea, but a fundraiser to buy the stuff. Still, she quickly ran out of savings. Yes. If you're a lesbian and you're physically unattracted sexually to dudes, you can't just be like, well, if you want sperm, just ask a guy to fuck you that's of age and consensual, and there you go. But she's not attracted to dudes, so that kind of creates a snag in the situation. Yes.
Tell us, please.
My friends threw me a big sperm party.
Oh
God.
my God!
Please don't tell me it was potluck.
They call it a bukkake. Okay, stop.
Not a party where people brought sperm, which might have been a great idea, but
The fucking butt segments. Let me just appreciate that of age goodness for a second. Oh yeah, dude. Fucking goddamn it. Oh, that's some nice looking fucking of age ass. Oh, fuck yeah. I go. I tapped out Asperger's. Hey, nice yoga pants. Wearing yoga pants because it makes your ass look great, not because you do yoga. That could be a meme. Yes. Oh, yeah. For the same reason dudes will wear a muscly t-shirt because it shows off their biceps.
fundraiser to buy the stuff. Still, I quickly ran out of savings.
You have ever fun to come over bringing sperm?
Okay, so yeah, if you run out of savings, eventually you'd have to ask yourself, maybe you should go to the doctor and figure out why the fuck it's just not taking. Instead of wasting all your valuable options, why not just be like, I don't know why it's taking. Well, why is it doing this? Fucking shit.
Have a sperm party. There's another word for that. It's called orgy.
After the first guy flew. Oh, God!
It's called a bang of gang.
My specific pregnancy dilemma was a combination of a limited income and not being straight.
Okay, yeah.
More blame and shame now.
Yeah, here we go.
And that's not.
It's not. Okay, would this be a different argument if the two gay dudes wanted a kid and couldn't do it because they're not attracted to exactly my point? So this chick says her specific pregnancy dilemma was the combination of a limited income and not being straight, and thus not able to obtain sperm by the traditional no money down method. And yet, ironically, sperm is not a scarce commodity. It's everywhere. She just couldn't get her hands or other parts on any of it. What she needed was some free sperm that brought with it no drama, no commitment, and definitely no sex. So you got a woman who's just like, she wants all the perks of being a mother without any of the build up to it. That's like a dude saying he wants to fuck you, but as soon as he gets you pregnant, he wants nothing to do with the kid. Oh, Metalocalypse is on. Did I say that out loud? Fucking Cobra's an asshole. Yes.
Able to obtain sperm by the traditional no money down method.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you already admitted to doing. Are we just going to completely forget about that part?
I know. That's a choice. That's a choice.
So exactly, it's a choice, and ironically, that's just the truth of it. Is you don't want sex, but that's what it takes to make a kid. If you tried every other non-traditional way other than fucking a dude and riding his cock until he busts a nut inside your fucking pussy, if you tried everything else outside of that and you don't want to take that method because you're not straight, that's cool, man. And then I'd be going to the doctor and being like, so doc, what's the deal?
And yet, ironically, sperm is not a scarce commodity. It's everywhere. I just couldn't get my hands or other parts on any of it.
All you had to do was say yes.
That's horrible. Oh my god, dude. This fucking butt sing. Oh my god, yeah, dude. Fucking cute blonde with long, gorgeous blonde hair. Oof. Tight yoga pants.
You're ugly.
Yeah.
She's not the worst looking chick I've seen. Hey, to be fair, I've seen some really busted chicks. And when they're pulling dick, because there are some dudes who are like, it's pussy. She's of age. Who cares? Whereas most women wouldn't have that mentality, except it's different for women. If she finds you ugly or attractive, if a woman finds you ugly or unattractive, you're automatically a creep.
Maybe in her 20s, she might have been okay, but looking at this picture, woo!
Young lady. She hit.
If she wasn't a lesbian and she was consenting, I'd tap it. She's not that bad looking. I've seen worse, dude.
Every paddle in the ping pong ball machine of life.
Tilt. One Saturday in the midst of it.
Ah, god damn it. So one Saturday in the midst of this process, she went to an intuitive healing workshop with one of her closest and most confident friends, Royanne. She wrote down goals and meditated, focusing on creating a life that she believed in, that her and her friend believed in. She was on the journey, but was stuck. The leader insisted there is no stuck. We can move through anything. Very, very, very dojo of him to say yes. How about money for sperm? She thought, but she didn't address that. You can't move just through about anything, man. Take, for example, the couple of weeks where it's just like, oh crap, my Etsy store's down. What am I going to do about this? Spend the next couple of weeks getting it back up and then listing the sick praying mantis staff. Yes. There is no stuck. You can move through anything, but at the same time, your decisions in life can make you so stuck you can't undo what you've done. Think about that.
This process, I went to an intuitive healing workshop with my closest friend and confidant, Royanne. I wonder whether or not Royanne has an Adam's apple. Just
Well,
saying.
first of all, like those weird healing things. I don't know. The jury's still out in my mind about those.
We wrote.
Yeah, you know, these healing workshops, they can be good for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take a couple of days off to go to some fucking fancy resort and some like hippie guru healing meditator bullshit. I believe in it, dude, 1000%. You know, so sometimes that's what it takes, man, is you sit there and you stare at Mother Nature and all her beautiful wonder and be like, oh my God. You have that moment of clarity when you're staring at a beautiful sunset sitting over Mother Nature's grand majesty with the pine trees and shit.
Down goals and meditated, focusing on creating a life we believed in. I was on that journey, but I was stuck. The leader insisted, there is no stuck. We can move through anything. How about money for sperm, I thought, but she didn't address that.
Wow.
Sounds like a personal problem to me. Late in the morning, we formed.
So let me get this straight. You want money for sperm, but when dudes use women for sex, it's bad. Yeah, I mean, it is bad, but I mean, no, I'm serious. When men use women for sex, it pisses me off because that's just the kind of crap that prevents dudes like me from getting any, because women don't see decent guys when they see me because of the way I dress. Women want to bitch when they get judged for the way they dress. Like, oh my God, look at that slut. But you turn around and judge dudes like me because I dress goth or satanic or metal or what have you. It's just like, you're a fucking hypocrite.
Pairs looking deep into each other's eyes while mirroring movements. My partner.
Late in the morning, she and the chick she was with, whatever, they formed partners, I guess, in this fucking retreat, fucking finding inner peace. They formed pairs looking deep into each other's eyes while mirroring movements, copying each other, basically. Her partner was a complete stranger in this exercise, yet she felt this profound connection to him. So yeah, they paired a lesbian up with a chick for this exercise, big whoop. He sat next to her at lunch, the energy radiating between the dude and the chick as the group chatted. She told her story coming to her current state, not pregnant and out of sperm money. This lovely man, Drake, asked her why she didn't just find a donor. She turned to him, got all shaky, and dumped an entire glass of lemonade in his lap, grabbing napkins and leaning forward towards him to clean it up, and stopped just short of rubbing his crotch. Oh, that's just suggestive. They all laughed at it casually, but she couldn't stop thinking about this man's private parts covered in lemonade. You sure you're a lesbian? Just saying. Ha!
Partner was a complete stranger, yet I felt this profound connection to him.
Here we go.
He sat next to me at lunch, the energy radiating.
You want to watch along with this video? I'll post it in chat real quick. Yes. Has the staff sold yet? Not that I'm aware of. Nope, it has not.
Between us, totally gay.
This is all voluntary. All of our problems are self-made.
Well, think about it.
All of them.
All through the 90s, what did we hear all the time from the alphabet community? We were born this way. You just need to accept us for who we are. Okay, but then as time went on and you wanted to keep the grift going, now you can be born in the wrong body, which is a metaphysical argument. Basically throwing out all of the progress that you made and the key argument that was used to make it all happen.
You lose! Good day, sir!
As the group chatted, I told my story coming to my current stage, not pregnant and out of sperm money. This lovely man, Drake, asked why I didn't just find a donor. I turned to him, got all shaky, and dumped my entire glass of lemonade in his lap.
Somebody likes water sports.
Grabbing napkins and leaning toward him to clean it up, I stopped just short of rubbing his crotch.
Sure you did.
We all laughed, but I couldn't stop thinking about this man's private parts covered in my lemonade.
Oh my God.
Somehow I get the feeling that in her attempt to come off as the stunning and brave alphabet woman,
Yep.
we're not going to get the whole truth.
I think you're correct.
Who wants to bet that the Burger King Whopper didn't come in a cup?
I'm telling you, the baby rabies, women do crazy ass shit.
Just like
Speaking of making lemonade, 1 second. Lemonade, crunchy ice. Stir it once. Stir it twice.
just like her fertility, her love life that day hit a stall. Stunning and brave alphabet woman.
Yep.
We're not going to get the whole truth.
I think you're correct.
Who wants to bet that the Burger King Whopper didn't come in a cup?
Does not cause the vid delicious Corona Refresca Mas Mango Citrus 8% tropical cocktail. Yes. And if you want to call it a bitch drink or a girl's drink, you're a toxic male and you can go fuck yourself. Because men should be allowed to drink fruity drinks without being judged. Women should be allowed to have sex without being judged. Men should fucking be allowed to have standards without being judged. You get the picture, YouTube. Drink with me, because equality is sweet.
I'm telling you, the baby rabies, women do crazy ass shit.
Just like her fertility, her love life that day hit a stall. The next day, as if spurred by karma, though perhaps just kindness, Drake called me and offered to be my donor.
Aww. So the next day, as if spurred by karma, though perhaps kindness, Drake called that chick and offered to be her sperm donor. She walked through the complications and he signed a contract stating that he would relinquish his parental rights should she conceive child. Drake and his wife had not wanted children, but he felt a loss at not passing on his genes to another generation. Wait, what? So, okay, how's this gonna play out? Drake, the dude's already. No, I'm not talking about the famous rapper. That's a different Drake, but dude's already got a wife, and you got some random lesbian chick being like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Wait, what? Don't worry, they don't actually fuck. I've already watched this video. He was tall and brilliant and approached their argument in a straightforward and gentle way. He was perfect, as she says.
He talked through the complications and he signed a contract stating that he would relinquish his parental rights should I conceive. And I'm sure that contract will not find its way up in flames if you fall on monetarily hard times.
That's absolutely correct.
Drake and his wife.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Drake and his wife had not wanted children, but he felt a loss at not passing on his genes to another generation.
How is that not considered cheating? Like, if you and your wife come to a mutual agreement that you don't want kids, you shouldn't be giving your baby gravy to some other chick. I don't give a fuck if you actually penetrate her or not. How is that not... Okay, I don't want to get into that because that might piss off a lot of people too.
So it wasn't that Drake and his wife didn't want children.
It's she didn't want to have children.
There you go.
Why the f*** did he stay with her then?
Men don't feel that loss if they make that decision. Okay, we're not chicks.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
He was tall and brilliant and approached our arrangement in a straightforward and gentle way. He was perfect. And I'm sure he only ever delivered his sperm in recyclable containers. He never once put it right in the warehouse. Never.
Never.
You're gay. You've never been attracted to a man in your life, except for all those times when you tried to use them to get pregnant.
Yep.
Oh.
And clean up the lemonade off their junk.
Which admits to and then recants later on. It's like, some consistency in your complete inconsistency would be nice.
Well, nothing new.
No,
they always do.
I'm strong and independent, but I still need your tax dollars. I don't need a man. Can you pay my rent? I'll suck your dick. The only problem was that he lived in...
God damn it, dude. So the chick continues with this article. The only problem was that he lived in Normal, Illinois, and she lived in Chicago. That's a 2.5 hour drive if there's no traffic. And there's always traffic. Yeah, shocker, want to sniff it?
In Normal, Illinois, and I lived in Chicago. That's a 2.5 hour drive if there's no traffic, and there's always traffic. The first time I inseminated myself using Drake's sperm was on a weekend. Drake and his wife invited me to their home for dinner, wine.
The first time she inserted or inseminated herself using Drake's sperm was on a weekend. Drake and his wife invited the chick who wrote this article out to their home for dinner. Wine, good conversation. She brought a date, not a typical way for lesbians to spend their time when casually dating, but she was game. After dinner, she got down with the other dude to business. Shortly after retiring to a room on the lower level, Drake returned with a coffee cup full of his fresh semen, using her hands, a little syringe to squirt the valuable fluid right up into her cervix. She inseminated in the room full of windows, looking out onto the woods during the night. Deer came to eat corn left outside in the moonlight. It was magical. I can imagine it was.
Then good conversation. Oh, we know where this is going.
Yep.
Whew. I brought a date. Awkward.
What kind of weird shit is this?
Do you mind staying here with them while I go let him plow me out in the basement?
Yeah, thank you.
Totally gay. This is like the inverse of Brian Stelter. Totally straight. Yeah.
This is some crazy ass bullshit.
We all believe you.
This is some crazy ass bullshit.
This is insane.
This is unbelievable.
This just took a really weird turn.
Yeah. We went to awkward world. Before it was just pity and embarrassment. Now it's all.
And now there's
Now it's
lots of people involved. This is a group experiment.
I know. Oh my God.
Not a typical way for lesbians to spend their time when casually dating, but she was game.
More red.
Butt segments. God damn it.
Flags, then a China parade.
She's probably standing behind him. This is unbelievable.
This just took a really weird turn.
Yeah. We went to awkward world. Before it was just pity and embarrassment. Now it's all.
And now there's lots of people involved. This is a group experiment.
I know. Oh my God.
Not a typical way for lesbians to spend their time when casually dating, but she was game.
More red flags than a China parade.
She's probably standing.
You know why that chick's lesbian partner was game? Because it allowed her to become a mother as well. Like, oh, hey, isn't this cute? One half of the lesbian couple gets pregnant, and then the other half gets pregnant, and they both have kids together. And it's just a magical moment of bliss. That's exactly why she was down for it, dude.
Standing behind him, tickling his balls and fingering his butthole.
Was doing CPR on his ass.
To make it go faster.
Oh my God, this is like the Handmaid's Tale. After dinner, we got down to business.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Shortly after retiring to a room on the lower level, Drake returned with a coffee cup full of his fresh semen.
Coffee cup.
Well,
Allegedly.
he knows you like your cream and
What is
sugar.
that?
What is
Fill the whole coffee cup?
Using my handy little syringe to squirt the valuable fluid right up into my cervix, I inseminated in a room full of windows looking out into the woods. During the night, deer came to eat corn left outside in the moonlight. It was magical.
You can eat the corn out of my shit, you dumb bitch. Oh my God. Oh.
But
Oh.
And I'm not here to judge.
Oh man.
I didn't get pregnant.
Shocker, want to sniff it? If you went through all that trouble, I would be fucking going to a goddamn doctor and having your lady parts checked out, because I'd be like, this is some bullshit. But I feel like that's a double standard for dudes, because if the dude's sperm is not up to par, he can fuck as many chicks as he want and not get them pregnant, and he's good. But chicks who actually want to get pregnant and can't because their uterus is just fucked, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's different for women and men. For the dude, it's like, oh, sweet, I can get as much of-age pussy as I want, and I ain't going to get nobody pregnant? Yeah. Until you actually want to have a kid, and then it's a different story.
Shocker, want to smell it?
Oh. Smells like your mom.
Hey.
So that was attempt number one. And the
How many
Burger
more of
King
these are there?
I don't know. The Burger King process obviously came about much later. But
There we go.
nothing worked.
Drake walked out of the men's room, handed me a Burger King cup full of his
Okay. As he went in, he handed me a jar of honey from his beehive, and he and his wife looked at after this. And then we flash forward to the Burger King story. Poor Burger King getting have it your way, or have your way with the okay, stop. Inside the Burger King, she tried to look casual as she waited just outside the men's restroom. Coolly, without the least bit of awkwardness, Drake walked out of the men's room, handed her the Burger King cup full of semen. So she's tried with this dude twice now at this point. Smiled and headed out the restaurant, looking around. I took the cup. What the fuck? Okay, that's gross. I would never do this. But she took the cup into the women's restroom and used her little syringe to inseminate it into her vagina, into the stalls. I'm reading it as if from my perspective as how the woman would say it, kind of thing. But anyways.
DNA. Smiled and headed out of the restaurant.
Blah.
Jesus
And I
Christ.
drank it.
Ah.
That's how it works, right? You'll have to forgive me. I don't know because all I have is a women's studies degree and I'm a lesbian.
Don't. Okay, that's where I had a problem with this. That's just a stereotype. But just because she's a lesbian, she's automatically going to get a degree in women's studies or women's history. Screw you. I know plenty of successful women that have went on to lead very fulfilling and great lives, getting a degree in women's studies. Just because stereotypically she's lesbian, she gets her degree in women's studies. I'm sorry, but I know an amazing woman who got her degree in women's studies and women's history, and she went on to become a college professor with a family that loves her very much. So I'm sorry, but this right here, this whole, oh, you're a lesbian, and oh my God, you got your degree in women's studies, and this is what happened. It's a stereotype and just bad timing and bad circumstances.
A lesbian.
I don't know how that works. I've never porked a man.
I don't want to think about Tommy, Ralph, or Calvin when I'm with you. I'm a bad boy.
Okay, are we serious with this commercial? Culprit underwear. Torch your old underwear. Could you imagine if there was a dude telling chicks he wants a bad girl, so wear Victoria's Secret and get a push-up bra because your boobs are too small and I want them to look like they're bigger than they really are? You'd never hear the end of it. Nothing against culprit underwear, but I'm just like, if chicks would be super pissed off at a hot dude telling them how to wear underwear, what underwear to wear, then why is it different for men? Because if you got mad at this chick for the same reasons women get mad at men for telling them how to shave their armpits or what underwear to wear, the dude would be told you're a faggot and quit mansplaining. And what's the matter? You can't handle this chick's hot. If you wear underwear from this company, you'll get a chick hot like this. Fuck out of here, YouTube.
You serious?
Looking around, I took the cup into
No offense to culprit underwear, but that's how it is.
the women's room and used my little syringe to inseminate in one of the stalls.
It's one of those turkey basters.
Oh no.
Now, I couldn't let all that valuable stuff leak out of me, especially after a wonderful man drove all that way to dispense it for me in a Burger King restroom, and I didn't even buy him dinner.
See, that's ungrateful.
That's horrible.
Fertility books recommend that after a woman is inseminated, she lay back with her hips up on a pillow, allowing gravity to assist. Unfortunately, I had no comfy pillows available, and the back seat was full of training supplies.
So she takes the sperm, inserts it into her syringe, goes into the back seat of her car, and tilts her legs up to let the gravity do its work, getting no pleasure out of the whole situation.
If you know you're going to do that and you know you need to elevate, you clear out your car so you can lay in your back seat and do that.
No
What an
shit,
idiot.
Pop.
With Royanne as the driver, I adjusted the passenger seat back as far as it would go, pushing against those supplies. I climbed in back.
So she adjusted the passenger seat back as far as it would go, pushing against the supplies in the back seats. She climbed in backwards with her head hanging over the seat where the legs usually would go and her feet sticking up in the air and waited for nature to do its thing. This is really graphic.
With my head hanging over the seat where the legs usually go, and my feet sticking up in the air, and waited for nature to do its thing. But
Hey, butt segments. God damn. Keep blonde. Yes.
After years of trying this, it turns out that she had blocked tubes.
After years of trying to get pregnant, she finally finds out she has blocked tubes. This story would be no different for a dude who has been with multiple chicks. Like several girls want to get pregnant with the dude's kid, and the dude has fucking crap sperm, and then the chick just breaks up with him because, oh, he can't get her pregnant. But if it's the other way around, the dude's a pig. If you go to fuck a chick and she can't get pregnant, and you break up with her because she can't produce kids, you're an insensitive male pig. What? If a chick breaks up with a dude because his sperm is useless and can't get her pregnant, and she breaks up with him, no one gives a shit. But if you're a dude who wants kids and you break up with a chick because her eggs aren't fertile enough and she can't produce you offspring, you're seen as a male pig. I'm not the asshole for saying it. That's just the goddamn truth.
Shocker.
I'm sure that blocked tubes and all of these complications with her waxworks had nothing to do with all of those wild women weekends with goddess chanting that resulted in 2 minutes.
No, and that's just it. In defense of this chick who wrote the article, the first thing you think is, oh, maybe her tubes might be blocked. Most women aren't going to think that. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because with women, it could be a million things, YouTube. It could be a million different things. An exaggeration, of course. Excuse me.
Missed periods and no baby.
Obviously, her penis test is too high.
Gonorrhea. But in the
speaking of butt segments, now that's just, oh, good gravy. A little bit of suggestion to say she might have a nice pair of kazangas, a nice pair of yabos, as Courtney would say, yes. But angle just right, so the fucking focus is on the juicy fucking ass of hers. God damn it.
end, it all works out
Fucking butt segments be like.
great, because not only does she have the oppression points for allegedly being a queer woman, she had to adopt not one, but 2 stunning and brave children of...
No, fuck this whole oppression points bullshit. Nobody chooses to be oppressed, man. That's just how our society works. It systematically selects the most unpopular of fucks, fuck sickos, and fucking oppresses them.
color in order to make sure that she got all of the Nuva rings arranged into that Oppression Olympics logo.
Listen, I'll be honest. You know, if I had remained married, I probably would have adopted kids. Because there's a lot of good kids out there that need a good home.
Unquestionably.
All right.
I'll drink to that. Fuck sickos.
So I'm not going to hammer her for that.
And now more than ever, thanks to feminism, you got women hitting this age, like 34, 35 years old, and then they want to...
The problem with feminism is, and I want to come right out and say it, you tell women you can have anything and everything you want, but not how to deal with the consequences when your biological clock is ticking, and what to do then. I mean, you have the attitude that your gender is entitled to everything just because of the genitalia you were assigned at birth. Well, that's kind of sexist and entitled, but I forget that men are pigs when we do it right.
let nature take its course.
Yeah.
And because they used and abused their downstairs mix-up for so long, it's just not going to happen.
Or they just never used it. Listen, if these women want to have kids beyond 40, you know, you start at like 22,
and then you can
and
have
one
every
4 to 6 years. Keep everything primed. You could possibly do that.
Yeah, but because their moms had them when they were like 38, 39, not doing the math in their head that, hey, I'm the youngest of 4, they think they can start at that age and it's all going to be gravy.
No, that ain't going to happen.
And this is how you wind up moving from Virginia to Chicago, blowing through all of your savings and standing in line outside of a Burger King restaurant with a paper cup in your hand and a shit-eating grin on your face because you literally ate shit.
Where are you in your life when you're begging for sperm at Burger King?
I can't imagine. That's probably why the Burger King mascot's got such a big ass smile on his face, like.
What flow chart of insanity did they have to go through to get to that? Oh my God!
And it just goes to show you how out of touch and completely wrapped up in their own nonsense they are. The fact that a queer feminist will go on to HuffPo and write this article thinking it's going to...
You want to talk all this shit, Blake, but it's different for chicks and dudes. Because men do not give birth to children, YouTube. They simply do not. And you have no idea what it's like to be a woman and to experience what your body goes through because you're a woman, you have ovaries, therefore you have female problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had 1/10 of the idea of what women actually went through because that's their gender, they're stuck with it, you would be a bit more sympathetic. But I forgot, if you're sympathetic towards women, you get called a faggot and a simp. Whereas if women give you sex because you're a decent guy and it's consensual, they get slut-shamed for it. Right. How the fuck does that work out if men are expecting to get their dick sucked by chicks and chicks are expecting dudes to be nice to them in exchange for possibly some nookie? Then how the fuck does that work out if you treat men and women like crap for being nice to each other and giving each other sex? How the fuck does that work out?
Rally people to her corner. You know what it's going to do? It's going to provide a reality check to a lot of feminists out there who are going to look at this and say, do I want that to be me in 10 years?
Well, you can only hope that these young ladies today...
A lot of women don't know how to control that. That's just how it is. Like, a woman's biological clock is undetermined. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, a lot of women are unsure of how long they have before their vagina can crap out kids and can't crap out kids.
They see these horrible outcomes to these feminists before them, and they could steer clear or change course or something. But in my heart of hearts...
And the reason why these feminists are going off on a limb and saying you can do this and that. It's because women have spent centuries being oppressed by the male sex. Centuries, hundreds, if not thousands of years of being oppressed by women. And you can sit there and go, blah, 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 look at Cobra being a simp. Fuck you. If it were the other way around, it'd be a different argument, wouldn't it, fellas? If men got treated like women for the last several thousands of years, it'd be a different argument.
Parts.
I pray for that. I do.
I hope that happens, but I don't think it is. Misery loves company, bro.
Yeah, and there's so.
Misery loves company. Amen to that.
So afraid of the truth, they will not surround themselves with.
So if you're depressed because you're a dude or you're a chick and you haven't been laid in a couple years, and you can't find someone, instead of just sitting there feeling sorry for yourself, fucking fix it. As I've stated in the previous videos, it doesn't matter if you're autistic, straight, gay, lesbian, trans, fat, skinny, bald, head full of hair, high-functioning bipolar, high-functioning autistic, in a wheelchair, blind. None of that shit matters, dude. You will find somebody, and I believe in you. You have to look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am worthy. Even if you can't look in the mirror because you're blind, you got to tell yourself, I am worthy. The energy you put out into the universe is what you attract. I'll testify to that. All this energy I put out for the last 10 years of I want to be a famous YouTuber who has his own cult and fucking shreds mean guitar and just does things for the right reasons. I put the energy out and now I have it. People around the world are like, I support King Cobra.
Anyone who disagrees. We see this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Why do you think dudes like us don't have a Twitter account anymore?
I had to unfriended a whole bunch of people on Facebook. And then they deleted my account, so,
Yeah.
Fuck them.
You know who I really feel bad for in this situation? Those kids.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
No logical compass whatsoever. And we know what not having.
Yeah, that's kind of true, but also too far. I mean, yeah, could you imagine being a kid and everyone else, it's only a small adjustment, dude. Finding out that you don't know who your daddy is and your mom just bought some sperm from a sperm bank and used that to get herself pregnant because she hates men. Holy shit. She hates men, but she needs their goop to get the thing she wants. That's got to be a conundrum for a lot of these broads.
Having a father in the home does to children.
That compounded with the fact that this woman from this article is nothing but a serial bad decision maker.
And she's naive to the point of, dare I say, delusion.
I would have to concur.
And there's got to be a female version of Terrence Pop out there that just bitches about all the horrible decisions men make and how the fuck she's been treated by men. That sounds familiar, doesn't it, fellas?
You're naive when you don't know the truth. You're deluded when the truth is slapping you across the face with its meaty rooster, and you persist in the fiction anyway. I pray that we're wrong. I pray that they are fantastic parents and these kids grow up to be just fine.
Yes.
So after all that crazy experience, she realized that she couldn't get her tubes unclogged, so she adopts. Like I said at the beginning of said video.
With no logical compass in their life, a mom hell-bent on placing at least a bronze in the oppression Olympics, And the fact that they are children of color being raised in a society where Joe Biden wants to appropriate more taxpayer money to push critical race theory, you're going to wind up with kids who have no logical bones in their body. And
well, critical race theory is the thing. You know, this is a touchy subject too. White people need to acknowledge they have privilege and that their ancestors were dicks. Black people need to acknowledge that, yes, while they were oppressed in the past, today they have more rights than their ancestors did in slave times. And that's the goddamn truth. Not, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. And critical race theory is nothing more than just being like, yeah, suppose this is a theory kind of thing. And white people would not systematically criticize critical race theory if their race was the one oppressed like blacks and everyone else. Or African Americans, if you want to be more PC.
they're going to be surrounded by an echo chamber of people too terrified to tell them they're wrong. These kids.
That's the goddamn truth. I support gender and racial equality, but if we're too afraid to tell people, hey, I support your cause, but you're wrong on this issue, without being called, and I quote, a racist, a transphobe, etc. Like if you have a transgendered individual who's also non-binary coming out and accusing everyone of being transphobic or everyone of being homophobic, racist, and misogynistic, etc. And, oh, wait, that happened to me. This chick, Milo, whoever the fuck that was, made a video saying that everyone who doesn't think like they do is this, and that. I made a video saying, hey, look, you can't just accuse everyone of doing that crap. You want to get mad when people make assumptions about transgenders and non-binary folks, but here you are making an assumption of everyone else. Oh my God, that hypocrisy. It smells worse than your undouched cunt.
Are set up for failure from go.
They definitely have some tremendous odds to overcome.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. That's why I feel sorry for the younger generation, to be honest with you. You can do no wrong, even if you finish in last place. Here's a trophy, and it's like,
But best
nice butt segments.
of luck to them. That's all we can do.
It can be done. It can be done.
It can be done because you faced a lot of the same shit. You were raised in a single mother home, and you were
brainwashed.
You were blue pilled to
Yeah.
the nines.
Yeah.
And then you got a nice healthy dose of reality.
I did. It almost cost me my life.
And I'm thankful that I didn't have to go through that kind of shit to get the same wisdom. And that's why we do this.
Yeah.
Because there's dudes every day starting their shotguns.
I was raised in a single father household. And then my dad met my stepmom, and the rest is history. So I was raised by a father who divorced my psycho baby mama, birth mom kind of thing. And my stepmom, who is very well educated in these things, she got a degree in women's history. And from a child, I was instilled with this doctrine of women's suffrage, men need to check their privilege. And to this day, it still sticks with me. No matter how nasty women get to me, I can remember hearing the things I hear growing up. much. And it's just like, I can bitch about it, but that's just a reflection of women taking men's crap for the last 200 plus years and being like, we've had enough, which is also unfair for women, but also for men, because it's like, why should men today who have had no responsibility in the way women been treated the last couple of centuries put up with that? That's like saying that person broke the vase, but the other person didn't. But because that person and that person are the same gender, that person died, so the other person's automatically getting blamed for breaking the vase.
Yeah, exposing the thinking meat to the air.
Yeah, because they don't know the truth.
And they've been lied to, and then their worldview and how they've been programmed, how the world should be in their mind, doesn't match up to reality, and it's causing all kinds of problems.
We made a video about that too, called "The Way It Is and the Way It Should Be."
That's right.
Links in the description.
The way it is and the way it should be.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This lifestyle
This
that this woman is leading only goes to one place: regret and disappointment.
Yes.
Don't be that person.
If you want to end up like this, keep taking women's studies in college.
Boo!
Yeah.
It's not going to...
That's a stereotype. If there were a college for men's studies and people were criticized for being sexist for taking it, it'd be a different argument, wouldn't it?
It's going to go well for you. Unless you enjoy the idea of somebody sidling up to you in the freaking hallway outside the bathroom at Burger King and giving you a cup of their bazooka juice. And
that's like the worst possible stereotype / circumstance, man.
Just giving you a wink and a brow and walking out the door.
I know a lot of guys in the corporate world. They do a lot of hiring. And they look at the resume and they ask for transcripts if the person is like under 25.
Yeah.
And they look on the transcripts. If they see women's studies or any of that socialist bullshit, they do not hire them. It's too much problems. These people are...
The reason why, if you look at those transcripts, why women who have degrees in women's studies do not get hired for certain jobs is because of the extremist cunts who hate men so much that they can just get away with it, accuse him of rape or sexual abuse or whatever else, and abuse their female privilege while sitting there and bitching because men have privilege, and then fucking that dude gets fired and that whole company gets shut down because the woman said so. That's the kind of crap that ruins it for a lot of women, and for women who choose to do women's studies. Is now you get seen as an extremist feminazi cunt because you want to take those studies. And I'm like, that's bullshit. There are plenty of good women out there who have taken women's studies. So don't let, you know what I'm saying? And this is true for both women and men. Don't let the assholes ruin it for the rest of yous. I don't care if you're black, white, women, man, trans, whatever. Ugh. This pop video is almost done, along with the liquor. One second. Arguably the last beer I'm having for the evening. Trying to cut down on my drinking so I can. Two things. One, it's better for my health, and two, I can have some for tomorrow. Yes. Catching the tail end of this live stream. Terrence Pop. For Burger King, you can't have it your way. Right and roast.
Programmed to cause nothing but problems.
Exactly.
And the human race.
That's kind of true to a point. When modern day feminism has taught Western women to hate men and nothing you do is ever your fault, it's extremely toxic and it creates the entitlement that women bitch about when they talk about men. No apologies, that's the truth.
Resources department.
If I'm not succeeding, it's got to be some kind of discrimination. Therefore, I'm gonna, call.
No one's gonna argue with you that yes, there are women who get discriminated against based off of the fact that they are women. But when you take that and then use it to create a victimhood mentality to where that's your excuse for everything, it's because society hates women. Not because you're a shitty person who needs to work on their character, but because it's discrimination against women. Can't imagine.
Those problems and disrupt the whole fucking works.
I'm going to file complaints. I'm going to try to get people fired. I'm going to fight with my peers. And I may or may not sue the company.
Yep. That's where it becomes problematic. If you're one of those women that shows up to your office job showing off your titties, and as soon as one guy looks, that's sexual harassment. When you have control over, how much cleavage you show off because it's your boobs, your rights, your body, as they go on about.
Listen, people don't need that shit, and they're waking up to it, and they're not.
Yeah, exactly. If you're so worried about screwing men over instead of doing your fucking job, no wonder why these companies are not going to hire certain females with certain backgrounds.
Hiring these people.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either, and I sure as hell wouldn't give them a.
And when an entire company can be shut down because of a woman's accusation of sexual assaults, it's made women afraid to hire. It's made men afraid to hire women in the workforce. It's the goddamn truth. You can't interact with them. Don't even look at them. When you speak to your female overlords, look down at their feet unless they get offended by that. And if they get offended by that, then say you're sorry. Say you're sorry, you piece of shit. You stared at her feet without her consent.
A cup of my DNA.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I would assist that insanity in creating another generation.
Point being is, women want to bitch about privilege when systematically sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes women have more privilege than men. And you want to bitch about gender privilege when men have more privilege than you. Oh my God, the hypocrisy. Dude, do you got a douche for that shit? Justin Bieber is busy at the moment, so we can't. Oh God, just kidding. That's no. he who must not be named calls himself a fucking metalhead. And I'm just like, then you would have started your career as a metal musician. Don't give me that shit.
Of insane people.
You want the collapse of Western civilization? Because that's how you get the collapse of Western civilization.
It's on its way. It's happening.
We're already toppling.
Yep. The wobble has begun.
And with that being said, I think we're done for today. Gentlemen, don't go to Burger King for anything other than a Whopper, and even then you should only do that like once every 6 months, because that shit'll kill you.
That is terrible shit.
Yeah, you know what? I'm all right with Burger King. I like Burger King. I'm not picky when it comes to fast food.
But the onion rings are good.
Yeah, just saying. Yeah, if you want to put a ring on a woman's finger.
And yeah, you know, Burger King, back in the 90s to early 2000s, you were way better. Your Cinnaminis. I worked at Burger King back in the day when they had Cinnaminis. And that shit, oh my God. If Burger King brought back their Cinnaminis with a little cup of icing to go with it, y'all would have customers out the door. If Burger King wanted a competing edge with McDonald's, they could serve breakfast till about lunchtime and then maybe into like early supper and then offer a couple of new breakfast items, including their Cinnaminis. And then Burger King would literally have a competing edge with McDonald's. But right now, Mickey D's serves breakfast all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a corporate a corporate decision that was smart. How many motherfuckers are just like, they come into a fast food restaurant, okay, they want their breakfast, but oh shit, they were 5 minutes late. Sorry, sir, we no longer serve breakfast items. And it's just like, well, mother, and you're sitting there fucking cussing at yourself about everything. McDonald's went ahead and said, fuck it, we're serving our breakfast items all day. And that's why McDonald's continues to have more money than Burger King when it comes to this issue. If Burger King brought back their Cinnaminis and served breakfast all day, they would have a competing edge against McDonald's. But what do I know? If Burger King said, we're going to serve breakfast all day and we're going to reintroduce our Cinnaminis, Cinnamini lovers, what's up? Yes, they would have a competing edge against McDonald's. I'm serious. If Burger King's like, what can we do to compete with McDonald's? I'm just like, well, if you serve breakfast all day and brought back your Cinnaminis and created a couple of new breakfast items, it would be more work for your workers, but you would have a competing edge with McDonald's. I'm just saying. With McDonald's serving their pull-apart donuts all goddamn day, I'm just saying. That bacon donut, quarter pounder bacon double cheeseburger thing that I do is so good. You take a bacon double quarter pounder with extra cheese, extra bacon, plain, no condiments. Then you stack it with French fries, a donut, pull apart donuts piece, some honey, one packet of honey drizzled on top, and then 2 packets of mayonnaise on that top bun. And you squish it together, yes. Oof. I'm just saying, Burger King. McDonald's got their pull-apart donuts, and the only way you're going to compete with that is if you bring back your Cinnaminis. Because when I can go to the McCafe bakery, be like, I'm hankering for a fucking donut bacon cheeseburger, bacon double quarter pounder donut cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that food hack that I created. Oh my god, dude, it's so good. If you haven't tried that yet, you gotta get on down to that, man. You go to McDonald's, you order a large fry, a bacon double quarter pounder with nothing on it but extra cheese, extra bacon, and patties of beef. Then you order a packet of honey and 2 packets of mayonnaise and the pull apart donuts, and you just assemble it. Plop the top off, slap on a layer of fries, put the pull apart donuts on top of the fries, a drizzle of your packet of honey, and then 2 packets of mayo on top of your top bun to go on top of the extra cheese and the extra bacon beef goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm getting excited. Hold up. Reminiscing on badass food hacks that I've done for my YouTube channel. Like, yes.
Finger making an onion ring. It's probably fat, so she'll eat it.
I've done some Burger King food hacks. I took their spicy chicken sandwich and mixed it with a bacon cheeseburger kind of thing.
Right. That's actually quite fun. Until next time, take it easy. Look at it.
Anyways, YouTube. Board up resumed. Yes. That was quite the video, and yes, I'll stay alive for a little bit longer and chug about 2 more beers. Visit with chat while I do this video. Yes. No exhumed. I don't have any money for that. I'm not going to ask people for money. I'm just not. It's just time for Cobra to chill out and have a couple beers. You know what I'm saying? Dude. I had some food earlier, so I'm not particularly hungry at the moment. I appreciate the help that my fans give me, and I don't ask for it. You know what I'm saying, YouTube. But, yeah. I'm proud of my food hacks, to be honest. Like, taking a McDonald's bacon double quarter pounder with extra cheese, extra bacon, plain, and slapping on a layer of fries and some pull-apart donuts, a packet of honey, and 2 packets of mayo on the top bun. That's just, oh my God, YouTube. Ridiculous. Dude, some of the food hacks I come up with are pretty fucking tasty. And I'm quite proud of my bacon double donut quarter pounder cheeseburger food hack. Because that shit's not only tasty, but other people are seeing it and going, okay, I'll see what the hype's all about. They take their first bite. They're just like, oh my God. This is a burger that would do Homer Simpson proud. God damn it. Yeah. If you want to contribute to the channel, buy some merch. I appreciate it. Yeah. The downside, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but the downside to a video response. Like, we've done the video response, let's have some alcohol and like cope with our feelings, at least my feelings personally. You already know how I feel about this. I think the gender wage gap is bullshit, but I also think it's bullshit when women could just screw men out of child support payments and then fucking ruin it for men everywhere else because of that crap. Yeah. Man. Would you donate a cup of sperm to a lesbian that needed it in Casper? Good question, Exhumed. Yes, I would, as a matter of fact. Even if I couldn't physically fuck her to enjoy it for myself and my heterosexual needs, or should I say wants, my heterosexual of age wants would be more politically correct. But yes, I would, Exhumed, if an of age lesbian couple were just like, King Cobra, we're fans of your videos and we're trying to have kids. Could you give us some of your baby gravy so we can produce King Cobra demon spawn? I'd be like, well, as long as you don't charge me for child support and that's your deal, then yes, I'll contribute to it. Because I'm sorry, but if I'm not physically fucking them with actual sex, It's kind of bullshit that they can sit there and charge you with child support when your penis hasn't physically penetrated their fucking of age pussy. That's just how I feel. And if I'm controversial for it, well then fuck you. Hey, what's up, Richie Wright? Yes. Should I drink one more beer before ending the stream? Let me see them likes. Yeah. A Sean Saunders. One of these days I might have to do that because, yes, it's been a while since I've done my ventriloquist bits. My dummy just sits there chilling out on the Hogwarts crest blanket, like. Jesse Ryan says one more beer. I'll tell you what, I've been wanting to review Outlaws dips. And I tried to order a can of Outlaws Peach and their Lucky Lipper, and it requires a credit card to order it. So I don't got a credit card to just order it. So if Outlaw sends me fresh cans of his dip to review in my P.O Box, I'll review it, dude. And give him a good plug. Because I've tried Outlaw Dip, and Lucky Lipper is my favorite out of all the ones I've tried. I've only tried Wild Watermelon and Lucky Lipper, but Lucky Lipper is so good. It tastes like you're taking a pinch of Mountain Dew and just stuffing it in there. Yes. Lip candy, baby. Dish. Okay, Jesse Ryan. One more. Like, I haven't tried any of anyone else's, like, out of the outlaw dips that I've tried. Lucky Lipper is my favorite. Between wild watermelon, which is alright if you like watermelon, that's your shtick. You too, Richie. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers, punk rock. You never stop drinking when you say you will. Yeah, I'm gonna hide user from channel because it's none of your damn business. You only give a shit because I'm someone to look up to. You don't give a shit because you actually care about King Cobra. That's the truth. No shit. I wasn't planning on it, museum. Yeah, try Killer Vanilla. It's nice, man. Goddamn right, Aussie rules. And fuck suicide. Amen to those last two comments. Dude, a fucking outlaw sends me some of this outlaw dip. I'll do a review on it, like straight up. No bullshit. I still have the mud jug Jesse Ryan sent me. Still got it. God damn it. And it's like, even if you send me like only a couple to try, I'll still review them, you know what I'm saying? But I've been wanting to try that Georgia peach outlaw dip because the freaking Lucky Lipper was so delicious. I'm just like, fuck mass shootings. I agree to that. Yes, Jesse Ryan says still use mine too, man. Hell yeah, Jesse Ryan. Fuck racism. E-begging for dip. I'm not e-begging for shit. Like, if Outlaw can't send me a couple cans, that's cool. Then one of these days, I'll just find a way to, at the very least, get me a can of that Georgia peach Outlaw dip and try me some of that lip candy goodness. For nicotine free, I've had Outlaw dip. It ain't nicotine free. Let me retract my statement. It's tobacco free. And for tobacco free dip, that shit swings, dude. I'm just saying. For tobacco free dip, Outlaw dip kicks ass. And the only reason they're tobacco free is because Copenhagen and Skull and all these other fucking asshole dip companies are like, we can't handle you being better than our dip. So, lawsuits. Man, fuck you. It's fucking bullshit. I'm like, dude, Outlaw Dip, even when they didn't have tobacco or did have tobacco in it, Outlaw Dip, regardless if it had tobacco or not, was tastier than the chewing tobacco options they had available. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not much of a dipper. I'm more of a cigarette smoker slash tobacco smoker. I occasionally dip. And as far as chewing tobacco with actual tobacco dip versus outlaws, I would prefer outlaws over the competition just because I'm not much of a dipper and I don't really care. And outlaws tobacco free dip kicks ass. It sucks they gotta go tobacco free because big tobacco can't handle the competition. Fucking whiny pussy ass bitch motherfuckers. Wah. But I'm like, I'm still going to support him regardless. No judgment here, museum privilege. How would I feel about chilling with some French Canadian fans? I would be cool with it as long as they were cool, you know? I'm not here to judge museum privilege. I saw that museum privilege. Cool Taste got COVID. A circle of protection for Cool Taste and his family and friends against COVID. So much to be. I'm sorry to hear that, to be honest. It really sucks. Yes, you can use coupon code Sultan for 20% off. But only one coupon code works. You can't use multiple codes. So if you use King Cobra's coupon code, that's cool. If you use the Sultan of Silver's code, that's cool too because you're still buying Grandi soap. And that stuff smells amazing. I love showering with Bond number one. That's my jam. God damn. What's up, Emerald? Yeah, if you want to watch my YouTube channel and smoke a bowl of some cannabis while you're watching my videos, that's cool too, man. Like, no judgment here. Yes. What was Mrs. Green for tactical soap? It doesn't work on her species, dude. Don't be like that. Mrs. Green died of natural causes. And when I let her outside to give birth to her kids and die of natural causes, I gave it several days before I retrieved her remains and then immortalized them onto a staff. And that's why the praying mantis staff kicks ass, because I took Mrs. Green, this badass praying mantis, and I immortalized her beauty. I immortalized her beauty onto a staff. Like, check this out. This is a praying mantis that flew into King Cobra's apartment and chilled out with him towards the end of her life. Now, $666 for the staff is going to be expensive, but it's worth every penny. How many drinks have I had? No judgment. Like 3 to 4, maybe 5 or 6. I'm not even feeling it. I'm definitely feeling something in the giggle juice department. I call alcohol giggle juice because it makes you giggle at everything. Unless you're one of those bipolar drunks who's just like, you piece of shit. Would you take $400 for the staff? I would, but she's not going to offer it. But someone may want to buy that. The reason why it's $666, it's enough to pay off my bills, ship the staff, and get some groceries. Yes. I may eventually go collecting wands that are cheaper and easier to make. But at least my Etsy staff is up and running. Yes. Jesse Ryan says, I love giggle juice. That's exactly what alcohol is. It's giggle juice. You could be fucking depressed about some shit, and then you drink enough alcohol and you stop giving a fuck. That sounds awfully similar to weed. Like, you be sitting there bitching about some shit, and then you smoke some pot, and you're just like, what the fuck? Why do I care about this? This is stupid. And then you start laughing. Speaking of alcohol, I gotta take a leak. No. Texas toast, bacon, cheeseburger. Yeah, I've made those. They're pretty good. The actual George Bruno's in chat. That's pretty cool. Oh, her eyes make stars look like they're not shining. Goddamn right, medical field, Aussie rules. Oh shit, spilling myself. 1 second. Oh, god damn it. Chug for Ozzy. Yes. Definitely. I'll chug as much as I can. Gonna finish this beer and fucking end the stream because I've spoken my piece. Museum privilege, just chug, chug, chug. You guys are a bad influence. Says the guy who worships Ozzy. Oh, shit. That much left. Most of that is foam. Yes. Yes. Nappy time? Yeah, just about. It's only 7:30. 8, 9, 10. We're going to pass out in the next 3 hours because I'm tired. I'm drunk. And I'm tired of society's bullshit. Women want to sit there and throw a bitch fit and blame men for everything while getting pissed off because society blames women for everything. I'm just like, give me a second because drinking myself to insanity makes more sense at that point. Okay, Cobra, if you want to be a sarcastic asshole, that's fine, but that's just too mean, dude. Jesus, calm down. Catch you later.